are standing in mechanical room B021, where ACB3 is located. I'm standing in the back corner, and it's fairly close quarters, so we can't really get a good shot. That's the front of the unit there, the fan belt guard, preheat coil and chill water coil, access door for the roll filter, outside air damper that comes on with the unit on and closes when the unit's off. Looking at the chilled water piping as it enters the mechanical room, you see there's isolation valves. You can see that green ball valve isolation, and behind that air bleed there's another one there. Chilled water comes down. There's a strainer behind there. The strainer, and then it comes down through the two-way control valve, then into the unit. You can see the discharge water temperature sensor right there. Chilled water leaves the unit, comes up through a balancing valve. And then likewise the steam piping enters over the door, and there's a circuit for the steam humidifier, and there is a circuit for the heating coil in the unit. And then it continues on for the preheat coil. There are two control valves and a bypass there. And it enters into the unit right there. Then the glycol enters the room right over there. And as you can see, I hope, right there's an isolation valve on that line right there, and then it comes across into the suction of the pump, and has a choice of bypassing or going into the coil. And as it comes out of the coil, it goes through the three-way valve, and there's another isolation valve right there before it goes out the wall on the other side of those pipes right there. This is the condensate pump for the steam. See the piping coming across the floor and discharge the pump, and the condensate goes out of the room somewhere over there. You see that the unit itself is set up on a, looks like 4-inch channel with spring isolation. There's a gap. There's a gap right there. And there's the floor drain for the condensate. And then back there's another floor railing under the chilled water section. At the discharge of the unit, you can see that there's eight zones, and the duct appears to be sealed fairly well. I've noticed that throughout that the joints are caulked. You see that there's two that come through going towards the back of the unit, and the rest of them go forward. Looking at the front of the unit where the volume dampers are, you can see that they're there and they're marked, but they've been adjusted off their marks over time. As for the electrical, there's two disconnects. As for the electrical, there are two disconnects. Here we have the disconnects. One serves the pump, and the other serves the air handler. See the conduits come across the ceiling, comes down to the motor, and then the other one comes across and down to the pump. And we do have one abandoned pressure switch there that the sensors sense the inlet and outlet of the pump. And we have a couple of freestats down here. And as far as controls, I don't see much else except maybe this roll filter automatic advance. Standing in the room directly outside of the mechanical room door. Standing in the room directly outside the mechanical door, you see there's a supply air grill there. That's pretty much shut off. And then this is the control panel for the unit. It's ALC. 6 outputs, looks like. One other thing in the mechanical room, that's a supply grill that is blanked off that used to do this room right here. Standing in storage room 15,